Hello and welcome. I'm Knight's Angel. Thank you for joining me. This is just a folf on the road. Alright. I'm probably going to get myself in a little bit of trouble for this, but hey. Today's topic, politics. And no, I'm not going to go into any details. I'm not going to bash anybody because it's not going to make a difference. No. What I'm going to be talking about is the needless aspect of it. Alright, yeah. Politics does play a major role in everyday life. Regardless of who you are or what or where your standing is, politics is just pretty much being able to deal with anybody. At its most basic idea. What I'm talking about is the fact that people are playing so much into it, forgetting one thing. At the end of the day, when all's said and done, tomorrow, you got to go back to work, do your job, and move on. It doesn't matter who's in office or what. It all boils down to nobody. Excuse me. Where was I going? Right. It all boils down to it doesn't matter who's in office because that's not going to change much. It doesn't matter who's in office or what's going on. For the majority of people, it's got to go to work, got to go to school, got to earn my keep. Okay? People are putting so much emphasis on a job that doesn't even have that much authority. President of the United States is more or less a figurehead, a scapegoat. Because let's face it, no matter what goes on, no matter who screws up, it's put on the president. But that being said, let's delve away from that, okay? Because we're the ones that have to deal with it regardless. It doesn't matter who's in office because they're only in office for 4 years. How many people can actually hold the job for 4 years? Well, a lot of people actually. Okay? You don't quit your job and go to another one every 4 years. Most people don't. Some people can't hold the job for a few months. Some people can't find a job. Other people have been working the same job for years. Some of them almost half of their life and spent doing the same thing every day for years. And and their job wasn't affected by who was in office. The only thing that affected their job was how much of their check is taken out in tax. But that's just anything. That's pretty much just anyone. But that all aside, we've got to remember, we still have to do our jobs. We still have to do what we need to. Okay? Think from a corporate stance. They need the hourly people. They need the people that work on an hourly basis or the lower level salary basis. They're not looking at it as, oh, we need more people higher up to delegate to one person. No. A good business is run not by the people running it, not by the people who sit in boardrooms. No, it's the people that work the hourly positions. People that work part-time, full-time, overtime. The people that do the actual job are the ones that actually run the business. Now that can get me in a lot of trouble for saying that, because you need the people higher up. Yeah. But at the same point in time, what's the point in having them when you don't have anybody doing the work? They're not going to want to do it. Apply that to politics. The person who's willing to get down in the dirt with everybody else to make things happen is the person that really runs things. Because they know the deal. They need the people who are doing the work. They need the people who are doing the actual job. They don't need somebody sitting there collecting a paycheck. That's how the world actually works. And it doesn't matter who we put in charge. It's not going to change how we do things. Not overall. Yeah, there might be a few little things like getting penalized for not having enough money to get something like insurance. No, it's not actually a punishment. Well, it is a punishment per se, but it's like one of those things. If you can't do it, you can't do it. So who's to actually say that there's anything wrong with that? Well, a lot of people. But at the same point in time, it's the little things that actually matter more over anything. Okay? Whoever takes office isn't going to care about my job. My job specifically. And that's pretty much how it is. Why do I have to actually care about somebody getting a job as a figurehead when that person could actually care less about my existence? When the people I work around actually care more about me than a politician. Keep in mind, the first three words on the Declaration of Independence are "we the people." Never said anything about politics. But, you know what? That's just me rambling on. So, I'm going to go ahead and end it here. Thank you for joining me. Hit the like, hit the subscribe, share it, whatever, what have you. Leave a question, make a comment, drop an insult, what have you. I'm Knight's Angel, and I hope you have a better day. Peace.